And welcome back to another edition of Running with James. Guys, the first thing I need to do is I've got to apologize first and foremost.
Okay,
I've got to apologize to the two of you, Lauren.
What'd I do?
Coach Carlos.
Actually, he's apologizing to us.
Yeah, I'm apologizing to you first, and then to our lovely audience out there in podcast YouTube land. We didn't do an episode last week, guys, and that's on me because I have to be a leader. You know, that's what I'm here to do. I'm a coach. I'm a leader.
Yeah.
And I did not say, hey, guys, before you go out of town, we need to record an episode so that we're ahead. Because I knew we were going to be gone on Friday.
Yeah.
But I made an assumption that we would all be here on Thursday. And then I got a message from someone that they weren't going to be here. And then I thought about it. I don't want to leave them out. So I was like, well, we'll just do it when we get there.
Yeah.
Right? But then we never saw that person. Because remember, I talked to you about it. I was like, hey, don't worry, I'm going to bring the microphone.
Yeah, I was ready.
And we'll do an on the move thing.
Yeah.
And then they didn't want to hang out with us, so we didn't do an episode. So I need to apologize to everybody here in the sound of my voice out there, guys. I'm sorry we didn't get you an episode. It's all my fault. Poor planning.
Yeah.
Poor planning. Please forgive me.
Apology.
Lauren, will you forgive me?
Apology accepted.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
We're ready though. But it's not sometimes. You did your best.
Well, I didn't do my best. I could have done better. That's why I apologize,
Okay.
because I did not do my best.
I'm sorry I dropped the ball.
So I apologize for dropping that ball, and even more so for if it makes it sound like I'm blaming anybody, because I'm not. It's all on me.
No, you've taken the sword.
Yeah,
You've fallen on the sword.
I've fallen on the sword, right?
So.
I even thought about what I was sitting.
I thought y'all were going to record an episode without me. I mean, I fully expected y'all to carry on.
Yeah, he mentioned it, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that to Lauren.
Oh.
I don't want to.
Well, I
leave her. I want to
appreciate
leave her out.
that.
I was like,
That's
you know what? It'll be cool. We'll do another on the road episode.
Yes. In Phoenix. Live.
That'd be cool. Live in Phoenix.
Or recorded in Phoenix, I should say.
Yeah, right. And but you avoided us the whole time. So
Oh my God.
you had all your travel friends.
I wonder what podcast they do over there.
Yeah, I bet you it's good. I want to check it out. Could you maybe get us that episode? Get us the link for it? That'd be cool. We can support you on your other ventures and your other buddies.
Well,
I'd give it a good review.
I would. Well, I wouldn't give it a good review necessarily. I got to hear it first. I don't know if it's good.
Not very true. Yeah.
If it's good, I'll give it a good review.
Okay.
But I'm
actually,
not.
funny thing you say that. Apparently, I didn't know this until recently. One of the people in the house I was staying with, they also have their own podcast.
Do they really?
Oh,
do.
And you were a guest on their show?
I know. I
Did
never
they do
said
an
that at
episode
all.
while they were there live in Phoenix?
If they did, I didn't know about it. I
What's
didn't
the
find
name of it? We'll give them a plug.
I have literally no idea.
You didn't ask them?
No, because I didn't find out about it until recently. I
Did
was
you
like,
tell
oh.
them you had a podcast?
We literally talked. This is how we said, hi, my name's Lauren. They said their name, and I don't even remember it now. Sorry, people.
What
and
brought up that they had a podcast?
I saw them on Instagram, and I saw it on their Instagram profile. That was literally it. I just found out.
Well, since we're talking about that, I want to give a shout out to Jabari. I met Jabari in Phoenix, and I was standing in the line getting ready to get some swag. You know, I never buy anything.
Very rarely.
I never buy anything.
No.
But they had a shirt. I liked it. I was like, you know what? I'm in Phoenix. It's a major. I'll do it. You know,
It's a nice shirt. Nice
And it's
color.
a cool shirt. Nice,
Very cool
fits
shirt.
Well, you know, it's something I'll wear.
Yeah.
You know, and then I got one of the Phoenix t-shirts, and I got a little patch on the shoulder.
Oh, you did put the patch on the shoulder?
I did. I put the patch on the shoulder.
Which
And
one did you do?
I don't remember. It's like the Arizona State.
Okay.
Right. So I liked the colors too. You know, a little different. And while I was in line, Jabari came up to me and was like, hey, man, Running with James? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, man, I love your videos, man. I love your podcast. And I was like, hey, man, thank you for watching. And so he was talking about some of the videos we put on about, you know, he's like, your row video was so awesome, man. It's so great. Thank you so much.
Oh, nice.
I was like, man, thank you. I appreciate that. And so we kept talking kind of with the checkout, and he was talking about it was his first race. So let us know, Jabari, if you're watching today, if you're listening, let us know how you did. I'd love to support you and give you some kudos being out there. I think he was doing his first singles
nice.
pro. So yeah. So, and then a little later on, I was walking, I had my cowboy hat on. That was when you guys were racing.
Yeah.
Somebody stopped me and was like, hey, James, Coach James. I was like, yes. He's like, man, listen to the show. Thank you so much for all the info. It's helpful. I came to your run that you did last year with the run group.
The shakeout run.
The shakeout run.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh, man, thank you
Big
so
crowd.
much. That was awesome. It was good to see you again. I was walking a little bit later on. I was running to cheer you on.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, James. And I was like, yeah. So we had a few fans out there, or I say fans, but we had people who watch and are supporting the show.
That's
right?
amazing. It's
So that was
awesome.
cool. Yeah. So it was really neat to have supporters out there. Mm-hmm. Yep. to have people that listen to the show that support.
Yes.
Right.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
happy
You're not
for
going to
this-
ask me what Carlos asked me?
Did you sign anything?
No.
I go, did they ask about Coach Carlos? I was just,
No.
just let him know he's here
Yeah.
and available.
Yeah,
No.
I did. The second guy.
You
after
did?
You said that.
Yeah.
The second guy, I was like, yeah, Coach Carlos is racing right now.
And nothing.
Well, you haven't seen Lauren all weekend. What I told him, though. And he's like, who?
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't ask, because I don't think
I'm just
people.
kidding. They
I don't
didn't
think
say
people
that.
would
They didn't say that.
would
He
know
said-
the difference.
He said, really? He's like, oh, I'm going to yell. I'm going to cheer him on. He didn't say that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Getting some recognition.
Yeah. So it was nice. So
It'd been nice if all three of us were there.
it would have been cool.
Yeah.
Because then we could have been like, hey, you want to get a photo with
Yes.
the crew?
Yeah.
Right? But Lauren wasn't there. She was too cool for us.
It's all right.
It's okay. My feelings weren't that hurt. I
know.
was a little.
She's young and about town, and
Yes.
we're just
She
couple
had-
old married dudes.
She was
just
travel Lauren, and we know how travel Lauren is.
waits for no one.
She waits for no one, and she is misadventure.
Someone
Did it-
asked me about travel, Lauren, while I was there. I remember who it was. I don't remember. Someone.
Jessica?
It might have been Jessica. Could have been. She was like, because she was asking me like what my plan was, and I was like, I don't have a plan. I just go where my feet go, and I end up where I end up, and I find some sketchy way to get back to where I need
And
to
it's
be.
gonna be active the whole. We're gonna fit in a hike. We're gonna fit in a.
I had to get in some mountain. I had to get on a hike.
Had to get it in.
You
Had
can't
to-
go to Phoenix and not hike. That's
You know
like a
what's crazy?
sin.
We somehow
I just went to
managed
Phoenix.
to.
I didn't do a hike. Well, actually, that's a lie.
You're you.
I hiked to go get coffee. I did.
You're you though.
I walked a mile to go get some freaking
Would
Dutch
that
Brothers.
would that shakeout run route Jess did be considered off-road hike? We did go through some gravel.
we
and-
did go through some rocks for
Yeah, so was that a hike?
about 100 meters.
Can we
Does that
debate?
count? No, she was in the mountains.
Oh, okay.
She was up in the mountains.
Okay, just making sure, clarifying.
The beautiful, picturesque mountains of Phoenix.
I do love Phoenix. I want to go back
The Red Rock.
so I can go do some real hiking.
Real hiking.
Real
Hiking.
Yeah. Were you hike prepared? Like you had your hiking boots?
No, I just was like, I'm gonna go out there and see what I find.
Yeah, what'd you find?
That's always the goal. Is like, let me just go see what I find.
Well, is there anything you're looking for usually when you're
Like arrowheads.
No, actually, one of the
Hobo
people
section?
that I stayed with temporarily, they said they knew where to take me to find some geodes, like natural geodes, but I didn't get a chance to do
Sounds
that.
like the start of every Dateline.
I mean,
She
it was
being-
another female.
young white female?
Yes.
It was another
Gone
female,
missing
so
looking for
I know where
geodes.
some geodes are.
and it
Come on,
wasn't
my
a
car.
stranger.
Geodes in my van.
It wasn't a stranger. It was somebody I knew.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
It was somebody I knew.
That's good.
Who lives there.
Oh,
So they're
knows
from
the
there.
terrain.
They know the terrain.
they know what they're getting
They
into.
gave me
Yeah.
some suggestions. I had to like make my decision based off what I could get to quickly. Also, Ubers are expensive.
They are.
A lot of
She was hitchhiking.
Sophie's choice.
basically.
Yes, I wouldn't have doubted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sophie's choices,
Mm-hmm.
which places to go.
Do I go to Camelback? Do I go to Papago? I could go over here to. There's another one. I
Are those
forgot what it was.
restaurants? What are those?
Those are mountains. Someone said these aren't mountains. They're giant hills. But I'm like, oh, well, whatever. It's a mountain to me. So
Yeah, it's a mountain to us.
to me, it's a mountain. A hill is like an anthill.
You know, there's mountains in freaking San Antonio area, like in the hill country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really
but
pretty. It looks a lot like that, just more colorful.
I mean, I'm making a plan to take a weekend up to
Guadalupe Park. That's nice.
that area. Maybe go to E-Rock. E-Rock's fun to hike around.
I did that one, the highest peak one. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
I think I'm going to take a summer trip and go to Big Bend.
Yeah. Well, just watch out for the coyotes.
Yeah.
Let us know so we can record that episode before you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want you in it.
Can I do like a satellite from the mountains?
We're probably not going to take the chance.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I could handle hearing you getting eaten by a coyote.
Yeah.
So I just
Did I ever tell you that story? When I went to
You
Big
told
Bend?
me, yeah. Yeah, you did.
I almost got eaten by a coyote. My face almost got ripped off.
really.
Yeah, we got out there and we got on this nice plateau and we set up our tent. And it was me and like two of my friends. We were mountain biking in Lajitas, and it was a 2-man tent. It was so freaking cold. We all just got in the 2-man tent, and like in the middle of the night, I was sleeping on the edge, and all of a sudden I hear sniffing, like right, and then this nose like sticks its nose into the tent, like the skin of the tent.
Yeah.
right here at my face.
So it's almost like it's like pushing the you
Pushing
can feel
through, right? And I'm like sticking my head back further and further back, and it just keeps coming in further. And I'm like hitting my friend. I'm like, Blair, get the gun. He's like, I don't have a gun. I was like, you always have a gun. Get a gun. He's like, because he's a hunter. He's a big game hunter. He's hunting all
Yeah.
the time. I didn't bring a gun. Wake up, Jamie. Let this thing eat him. I was like, he's smelly. He's always a dirty guy. So I assumed that's what it was looking for. So it backed off though, and they started howling. So we started making a bunch of noise in the.
I would say if you bopped it on the nose, it probably would have ran.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was that or a bear. I didn't know what the heck was going on.
Oh, bear! I wouldn't have bopped on the nose.
So I just but they started howling around the tent, so we started making a bunch of noise, and they ran off. But
Okay.
it was a little nerve-wracking to wake up to a nose in
Teeth
the tent.
close to you.
Yeah.
Was that movie The Gray?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
They'll hunt your ass.
They'll
down.
chase you down,
Excuse my
man,
language.
take you out. So
Yeah.
that was fun. It was fun. So, well, Lauren, we're glad you had a good time.
Yeah.
Glad you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
And ours turned out basically to a guy's trip. We had a lot of fun.
Had a great time.
We were living high on the hog.
Yeah, we had, Arturo didn't abandon us.
He didn't.
He wanted to be a part of
He
us.
wanted to hang out with us. I think he had fun.
He Ubered to us one
He
night.
did multiple times.
Multiple times.
He earned his spot into the Men of Science.
And he's a few good posts. He's not.
I think he's a little nervous.
But he's not on the sideline.
He's not. He engaged.
He engaged. He
engaged.
threw a few out there.
He did.
Good. We appreciate that.
Proud of him.
Yeah.
Proud of him. So
Yeah.
we've included him. He's now officially a part.
Yeah.
Right. We had a good time. But we got United Club status.
Oh, that was amazing.
Right. We got upgraded on the flight.
No, not all of us.
I got upgraded on the flight.
I did ask you to just roll an orange down the aisle for me and Larry to fight with everyone else in the back.
It's nice to live where the air is a little cleaner.
Yeah.
You're not back with the back of the Calcutta bus with the goats and the chickens.
Yeah, it's rough back there.
Nice. I had enough time when I got off the airplane to go to the bathroom, get some water, come back, and y'all still hadn't gotten off the plane yet. That was nice. And you had to get my bag.
Yes, and we had to get
And
your
you had to
bag.
get my bag.
Yes, so
it was back in the empty
that's what
part.
us people in the back do. We carry your bags for you.
have to take care of the people
luggage,
in the
sir.
front, the important people. So
Yes.
But we got Ubered everywhere. Or not Ubered. We got
Driver Larry is amazing.
Yeah, we had a minivan.
Oh, did
was
Larry get
driving
a
us
car?
around.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Amazing.
It was so nice. I
Look.
had a good time.
A little bit of controversy though. When we've come to like an understanding, but at first, we had to call someone out for taking could have been Larry's points.
Yeah.
The hotel points. When
Yeah.
we looked on the screen.
They booked it.
They booked it, and they were like, no, Larry, you go ahead and you do it. But when we looked on the screen,
We noticed it was their name.
name,
Point system,
points,
everything,
gold
yeah.
tier. So, but we came to understanding.
We
that-
did. I feel like we're going to get something out of that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So it's a great trip. We had a lot of fun. We enjoyed ourselves. We were wined and dined, taken care of, VIP treatment the entire time. I got dropped off right at the front gate. Didn't
Yeah.
have to wait in line.
No.
My God, I was one
See?
of my best high rock.
Y'all got some
experiences.
bro time. That's good. Y'all got bro time without your little sister. I think y'all deserve that.
Yeah. And what I love about it is somehow it's like we didn't want her there. Even though we kept looking for her and we were checking on our little sister. We wanted to take her
You
with
texted her.
I did
You
multiple
messaged-
times.
Yeah.
And she basically avoided me and was like, "Oh, I'm busy."
The rest of us were just, me and Larry were laying there, and James could have been.
I could have been
you could
at a
have
Western festival.
You could have gallivanted James Wyatt around town.
Yep. You might have gotten recognized.
Yeah. That's.
You might have gotten a little.
I'd have been like, "Are you the other?"
Yeah.
That'd have been like, "This is James. Are you the?"
I would have
other?
said, "This is Lauren," and they'd have been
They'd be
like,
who? They'd be like,
"Lauren,
who?
the Lauren,
the Lauren.
Yeah, no.
our favorite character on the show."
And they'd have been like,
It's nice to be known as the
it's
character.
Travel Lauren. They would have been.
Travel Lauren's another level. Of
Yeah.
I'm making T-shirts for that. Travel Lauren.
Travel Lauren. Well, I think you put in a good effort. I think you got over your ego, and I think you learned how to get around a lot better and a lot faster.
Don't try to make me feel bad.
Yep. So, guys, we're going to stop making Lauren feel bad. And today we're going to get on episode 3 of Coach's Clipboard. So we're just reminiscing because we had a good time this weekend. It
was fun.
It was a good event. PRs, cool course, major in the stadium. It was neat. So if you're a Patreon member, you'll hear all about that. We talked about it. But today we're going to get into the episode. We're going to be talking about effort over ego and learning to really make sure that you get the most out of every single effort. Okay. I think a lot of times, we've talked a lot about trading good for great. And we've talked about, making sure you're getting easy efforts and not letting every effort be so hard. Right. But I think some of the things that people kind of get trapped in is, number one, doing what I call vanity runs. So running on Strava, to compare yourself to other people. You know, we've talked about like that 9-minute pace is kind of like that's the pace.
It's the holy grail.
It's the holy grail. Like if your easy pace is 9 minutes, that means you're fast, right? Or maybe not letting Garmin bully you. That's the only way to put it. Letting the
telling
Garmin,
you you're an unproductive
let
sloth.
the Garmin data bully you. If I'm telling you right now, I was bullied as a child. Nothing has ever bullied me worse, like physically or emotionally, than Garmin. When I wake up in the morning, when I start my run, or when I'm finished with a workout. You know what it told me after my High Rocks race?
Rest.
Nice warm-up.
Rest.
It said I needed 96 hours of rest. You've just overexerted yourself, James.
You probably shouldn't be filming this podcast.
I shouldn't be.
You need to be resting.
sleeping.
You should be in bed right
I
now.
should still be in bed. I think I went on a run. I did a run, and it was like -6. You are fatigued.
Oh,
I was like, no dust, Sherlock.
that's
So
you're ready, feeling tired.
Yeah.
And then now you have your watch bullying you at a weakened state.
Yes.
So that's just uncalled for.
And what's crazy is, you know, I have several new athletes, and you know, when I see a lot is, you know, we'll talk about like developing that new foundation of fitness. So hey, let's slow down, let's go easy.
Okay.
You know, let's learn how to be easy. Don't worry about the fast stuff. And I've gotten several messages this week, and there's going to be one particular person who's going to think I'm talking about them, and there's like 5 of them that I'm talking about. So all of them are going to think they're the one, right? They're all going to think they're the one, and they are all the one because they've all messaged me. I've gotten at least 5 messages this week saying, dude, my Garmin says I'm unproductive. Garmin, my VO2 max has been just falling through the ground or what have you. And I'm just chuckling a little bit. And I sent them, I was like, I think I told one of them, I was like, hey, are you want Garmin's approval or do you want to improve, right? Which one do you want? And, you know, I think it's easy to get caught up in all that, right? Because you're constantly, you know, especially if you're running fast all the time, Garmin likes fast paces.
Yeah.
Likes fast, short stuff. And it kind of like rewards you with a raised VO2 max or, you know, oh, your fitness is getting higher. And it hates slow, long stuff.
My watch is always telling me I'm slow, I'm unproductive. It's always got me in the negative. And I'm like, that's just rude and it doesn't feel true at all.
No, for sure. Like I think last week before my race, you know, what should happen is it should say you're peaking, right? Or it should say you're primed or whatever. And I think the day before the race, my watch was like, your training load is too high. You need to take a break. And make sure that you go easy today. And I'm like, I got a race today. What the heck are you talking about? So I think it's just funny that as we are going through this thing called fitness, like if we can kind of take a step back and take everything with a grain of salt, you know, when we comes to efforts, know that easy running isn't lazy running, right? You're not being lazy because you're running easy. Training off of effort rather than pace. Not getting caught up in the trap of like the vanity runs, and understand that like fitness can improve even when the data looks not great, right? Or even when Garmin's telling you that you're sucking it up. So, you know, I told you guys, you know, I kind of changed my training up a little bit for this last block and a half or so, right? And I rested, made sure I was resting more. You know, I was still getting all the aerobic efforts in, but I wasn't running as much mileage. So I was using biking or skiing or rowing to make sure I got that same amount of aerobic time. Okay. But biking is, we know it, right? When you bike for 30 minutes, it doesn't feel like running for 30 minutes.
No. Totally different effort.
The effort's completely different.
Yeah.
Your heart rate's so much lower. Obviously, it's not load bearing, so the impact is different.
It's easy to keep that low heart rate on a bike.
For sure.
Compared to running, to like, if you want to push a hard effort on a bike, it's going to be hard to sustain because your legs will burn out before you can keep that heart rate at like 150. Like you'll do a hard effort, but then you'll be gassed kind of sitting back down until you've really built up that strength on a bike.
Right.
But you just cruise on it and you're putting a little effort and a little sweat and your heart rate's 110, 105. You know, it's just kind of just low, easy peasy versus running. You got to definitely back down on running. Your heart, I guess the more trained you are, the less it will be, but it's not as hard to get that heart rate up and to hold it running wise.
Right. So I think for me, what I did is, you know, like, I mean, I've always done this, but like I really focused on each effort having a very specific goal, you know? And so, you know, on Monday, you know, my goal was to reset from the weekend. You know, Tuesday was going to be hard efforts. Definitely focusing on developing, my lactate threshold, building some strength. And then Wednesday was once again a recovery, like very focused recovery, stretching, foam rolling, biking, trying to rest and sleep as much as I could, because Thursday was going to be tough, right? It's a hard day. And then kind of Friday was that next step, right? It was like, okay, a little bit of strength, a lot of recovery work, a little bit of, some aerobic capacity, long run on Saturday, and then, a quality effort on Sunday that wasn't like super crazy for me anyway. It wasn't like super hard. It was just reps. My heart rate might not have been that high pretty much the entire workout. So, I was trying to really focus on each effort counting more than anything else, and each effort was very strategic in how it was setting myself up for the next effort. Does that make sense?
No, I actually just had this conversation with a client last night. They were doing a workout. It's supposed to be a harder workout.
Okay.
And they were kind of complaining their hamstring was a little bit tight.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, what's going on? And then, how was your run yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be an easy run. Well, I was feeling good, so I did like a bunch of sprints.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, well, have you done sprints before? He was like, no. I was like, well, exactly what you said, just kind of how yesterday should have been a lead into today's workout.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that that's what happened, but you really did not need to strain and do sprints, a high effort level if you hadn't done it before, right before a hard day.
Yeah.
Today was supposed to be hard. So it was kind of like, yes, if you're feeling good, that's the kind of point of the workout was to recover coming into this workout.
The point was to feel good.
Yes,
Yeah.
to feel good, but not, like you said, the discipline is just taking that feeling good and knowing you're going to use it the next day.
Yeah.
Or just like I said, one workout leads into the other.
Well, one of the things I try to tell my clients all the time, my athletes, is, we're not a slave to anything. We're not a slave to our heart rate. We're not a slave to a particular pace, and we're not a slave to how we feel. So sometimes the pace can be a liar because it's hot outside or it's freezing cold outside. You're tired, you're fatigued. And so if you try to run the same pace all the time, well, sometimes what's easy might be hard. Right. So I know, I want to say not this past summer, the summer before, remember that summer was like super duper hot.
So hot.
Like it was 100 degrees like in May. Right. We had so many triple digit days.
It didn't cool down until like 11 at night, or
Right.
kind of cool down. It would get below triple
still
digits.
super-
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And I remember I went on a run like one morning and my heart rate was just through the roof, like 150, 160 beats per minute. And I'm running like a 9-minute pace, 10-minute pace. And I had to walk to keep my heart rate down. Now, most people they just ran the 9-minute pace because that's the pace they always run.
Yeah.
But my heart rate was so elevated because it was working so hard to keep my body temperature like normal, right? And so the effort was way more difficult because the temperature and the humidity was so high.
Yeah.
So, if I'm a slave to this is just the pace I run, this is my easy pace, well, then that run just became a not easy run.
Yeah.
It became a hard run. Well, on the flip side of that, we're not a slave to our heart rate. So sometimes these watches, Garmin, Amazfit, Suunto, Coros, whatever, Polaris, or Polar, they're very helpful because they give you data. There are a lot of good metrics, but they're not 100% accurate all the time, especially if you don't wear it all the time, right? So a lot of people don't wear their watches like consistently all the time. They don't sleep in them. They take them off. They only wear them for runs. And so it is more accurate the more you wear it because it has more data to compile. But I find that when it's cold out, like if it's below, say, 50 degrees and I've got like sleeves on, and it's like colder than, like I said, like in the 40s or 30s, I find it reads a lot less accurate. I might be wearing a 12-minute mile talking just like this, and it'll say my heart rate's 170 beats per minute.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Like, so you almost have to like pull your sleeve up and kind of check your watch just to make sure. Then sometimes it might start reading a little bit more accurate.
Right.
It'll kind of, like you said, be like a 150, and then you kind of fix it, and there it goes right back to 120.
Exactly.
But it's just, like you said, up and down. It's not reliable.
So you can't necessarily 100% just like die in the wool. It's accurate, right? Same thing with the VO2 max. If I go out and do 2 weeks worth of easy runs, super slow, long runs, my VO2 max is going to come down. I go on Sunday and I run a fast pace, it's going to go up. Right. So like my watch is constantly telling me my VO2 max is doing like the old up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
And so is it a generalization of what my VO2 max probably is? Yes. But I'm not freaking out when it goes down 2 or 3 points. I'm also, on the flip side of that, I'm not getting super excited when it goes up 2 or 3 points.
No. I mean, you like to see that, but it's more just like you said, it is more of an algorithm.
Yes.
So ideally, we've talked, if you want 100% accurate, it's, going to get tested, with the mask and running and, putting yourself to a strain. So it is a nice, like I said, tool to kind of use. But just like you said, for the runs, if you feel like when you're talking about running in the cold, you didn't just all of a sudden panic when you saw you knew your pace, you knew your breathing,
right.
and like out of, doing it, that sometimes long sleeves messes up your watch. So that's where you go to the next thing. How do I feel? Inaccurate representation. Are you able to do, the talk test? Are you feeling really good? Many people, they'll be like, how I was feeling great. I was like, well, your heart rate's 167, but I could talk. I'm doing good. I'm fine. Just really, I don't know how that talk test went.
Yeah.
But the heart rate is showing otherwise.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, well, I would try slowing down.
Just ease back a little bit.
Ease back a little bit.
Right.
So
I mean, that. It's a good guide. It's a very good tool. Metrics are very important, and data can definitely help you. But we're just not a slave to it, right? We're not going to let that dictate what pace we run or how far we run. And in addition to that, we're not a slave to how we feel. There's days where I have not felt great, and I did not feel like doing the speed work I was supposed to be doing. And I went out and did it, and it was one of my better workouts, right? So, how we feel physically or even emotionally, I'm not going to be ruled by that. And so if we're being consistent, if we understand, what an easy effort feels like, if we have discipline, even we don't feel like doing something, we go and do it anyway, right? You can have this nice good balance of making sure that the effort is always the way the effort should be, right? Now, I'm not saying that if you don't feel good, like sick or something like that, okay, today I don't do it, I do my speed work tomorrow. I'm not saying that you can't do that, but sometimes you have to kind of fight those feelings. Sometimes you have to, discipline yourself when the pace says that you could go faster and you don't go faster, right? Or you, like your client said, they felt good. Right? Yeah. And even though they feel good, okay, well, let's make sure we feel good by the time the workout is over. And let's make sure we feel good tomorrow when it's going to be harder. And so those are the balance I feel like you have to have, where you are really focused more on the effort and you're not succumbing to like the ego runs.
I mean, a good point. I'm sure you've seen this quite a bit, is like when speed work. When you assign some speed work, week one, it's usually very manageable, or it should be manageable. And they have, say 4 1200s, and you give them a pace.
Yeah.
They crush the pace, go well past it. And it's like, okay, that's good, but you may be able to maintain that at the end of the block.
Right.
You know what I mean? For 7 kind of deal, or 8, whatever it is you're finishing with. So it's just not that those first few, or you've seen it, they go out super fast those first couple, and then it's 6 minutes my pace. By the end, they're at 7:30 kind of deal. So that's not really the pace.
Well, then also understanding what's the purpose of the workout, right? So if we have an effort we're trying to put forth, and we have a deliberate effort, well, okay, the purpose of this particular workout is to train your lactate threshold. Well, let's say like it's the 1200 you just said, okay? And let's say the workout takes 35 minutes. And let's say they're in their lactate threshold for 15 minutes, but they're in
like zone 5
for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't a lactate workout, right? That was a lactate anaerobic workout. So you spent just as much time in your zone 5 than you did in zone 4. And so like, even though you could hit the pace, and maybe you nailed the pace and you were faster every time, well, because you pushed so hard, you actually didn't train your lactate threshold because you weren't in your lactate threshold the majority of the time. So, I think understanding too that you should, if you have a goal for, if you're being deliberate with your training and you have a goal to train a particular thing or a particular discipline, well, even if you feel like you could go harder or you could do more, you don't, because that's not the goal of the workout. And that's what I find happens a lot of times is people will, they'll run too fast, right? Or they'll do like what you said. They'll take off the first couple laps and then they can't maintain it at the end.
Yeah.
So, and then you'll ask them at the end, you'll say, well, what pace did you run? Oh, I was able to hit like a 6:15. Well, they hit 6:15 once, and then the rest of them were like 7:10, 7:20, 8 minutes because they couldn't maintain that.
But they're going to cling on to that 6:15.
But they hold on to the fastest pace.
Cling to it.
Right? So it's just like when people come in, and a lot of times I'll talk to them. I'm like, okay, what was your weekly average? Or, how many miles did you run to get ready for your marathon? Oh, I did like a 50 mile. I did 50 miles. Oh, you maxed out a 50-mile week? Yes. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you did 40, 44, 48-ish or so, and then 50.
You've progressed.
Right? You progress. not I did 10, 20, 50, which is what usually ends up happening, right?
Yeah.
And they did 50 because they did like a 25-mile long run or something like that. And so, being deliberate, working through progressions, making sure that you have a plan to get you where you want to go, and not focus so much on what is Susie Q doing, right?
Yeah.
Or what is Jimmy Joe doing, right? What is the Strava people in my run club? What are they doing? And I feel like that people are more deliberate about what other people are doing and matching what they're doing than they are worried about doing the things they need to do to get better.
Their ego.
Yeah. So they're focused more on the ego, on the vanity.
Yeah, the vanity of it kind of deal. Not, I know, not being like, what, I'm gonna hold that 640 pace and be able to maintain it. The ego is telling you 615. We got to push harder because maybe I see Coach James doing that pace.
Yeah,
that
and if he's old and decrepit, so if he can do it, I can definitely do it.
So it's kind of knowing your pace. Like I don't run with you at track because it's definitely it's a faster pace than where I would need to be at. I mean, I could probably hold the first couple with you, but then I would be redlining, and it would not be the purpose. It would just beat me up more.
Right.
It would kind of be counterproductive almost. Yeah, maybe my ego might be, I held with Coach James those first two, but my body would be like, the heck you didn't those last four.
Right.
So that's kind of being able to put that ego aside and doing what's within your limits, and the goal of the workout is so much more beneficial than me going max, probably race max effort, and then really just maybe not recovering in time for Thursday's workout.
Right.
If I push that hard.
Exactly. So actually, there was a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, and we were out there and we were doing like a threshold run. And I think we'd gotten up to and I was doing double threshold, right? So I did whatever I did in the morning, I did in the evening, right? So it was my second workout of the day. And I think we were like at 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that.
That's the rough one.
And so there were a couple new people that were there. And, I was going through what the workout was, and I gave modifications and suggestions like, hey, if you're not doing this kind of mileage, whatever. And, I'm not telling anybody what my pace is, right? I was running with Lana, right? And, I'm trying to pace her and keep her under control while also, getting my thresholds, trying to stay in my threshold the entire time. And so I'm setting them up and I'm like, all right, guys, we're going to take off. So you run your pace, whatever pace you're supposed to run. Don't try to stay with me. If you need to take off and leave me, take off, whatever, right? So we start to go. Right before they go, they're like, what's your pace going to be? I'm like,
I remember that day.
My pace, man. So I told them, and we took off, right? Well, they obviously, there's about 5 of us that were all running together, right? And they took off a little in front of me, but I did not go with them, right? And then they kind of eased back a little bit, and they stayed with me and Lana and I, and we're running, and we get about, I don't know, past the first mile. So we're like about 6-7 minutes in, and I can hear it. I can hear the breathing, right? And I can hear the they're breathing really heavy, the heavy feet, And so we're she and I were really relaxed. We were.
I say 6 minutes in on a 20, 25 minute run. You got a long way to go.
Got a long way to go.
Yeah, that's.
And we were on the other side too, because basically we were on the picnic loop, the furthest part, right? And that meant we had to go back and then still run around the track a couple times, right? So we had a while to go. And so, she and I were locked in, we were feeling good. No, weren't breathing heavy or anything like that. And then slowly we start creeping up on one of the guys that had taken off, right? So about 10 minutes in, we catch up to him. And so he starts hanging with us, right? So, in my mind, I know what I'm thinking. And what I'm thinking is these guys are not going to make it very much further, right? But they're determined. They're going to stay with us and show us what's up, right? We're old. I'm old. She's young. We have no business beating them.
No.
Right? And so we're still running. And then somewhere around probably right around 11 minutes in, 10, 11 minutes in, they start falling back, right? I start hearing the feet slow down, right? So then we get back to the track. We finish, right? And so when I was done, I turned around to go cheer people on, right? So I ran back, right? I think I passed you, I passed a couple other people.
Yeah.
Right? And I didn't even think about it's a timed thing, right? So I'm like, they still got to keep going because they can come to me. And I was like, oh no, their time's up because now they're jogging because I'm catching up to them. And but some of the people had to run pretty far back.
There was a kind of a trail of bodies after that.
Yeah,
I was kind of behind you, but I was I want to say I was 5 minutes ahead of you guys. I think if it's the same day correctly, because I didn't go to the track. I did another loop around the picnic, or a half loop kind of deal to stay over there. And there was some people, and like I said, they might have just been finished, but they were definitely kind of hurting or walking. So
it was just So we got through, and I felt fine, right? Because I was running the pace I was supposed to run. They were running strictly off of vanity, right? Like, hey, I can keep up with these guys, right? And then we were done, like, man, you guys are fast. Yeah. And I was just running the pace. Like, could I have ran faster? Yes. But that wasn't the goal for the day, you know? Yeah. And so understanding that, you know, each workout should have like a rhythm or a rhyme to it, right? And every workout doesn't necessarily have to be a soul-crushing workout. Every workout doesn't have to be a maximum effort, right? I'm all about doing maximum effort stuff, but it has its place and there's a time for it. And you really are not going to be able to give a max effort on every effort that you go out and do. Because if you do that, well, those efforts are going to get, like the performance is going to go lower and lower because fatigue is going to get so high.
Yeah. If you were to, I think if most people were to reduce the efforts that they're doing on most of their workouts, and then they just designated 1 or 2 workouts a week that were super intentional to be like all out hard, leave my soul out there, I think they would be surprised by how much harder they could push themselves.
Right.
But most people don't ever allow their bodies to rest so they can experience that.
Right.
So they don't know.
Well, I think that's one of the things that, you know, I've been trying to encourage people, you know, and we talk about this, you know, a lot about, you know, we do the 80-20 principle, right? So 80% is easy. And then 20% is like way on the other side of it, right? And when you think about like hard, when I think about hard, my hard in my mind is way different, I believe, than
most people.
A lot of people.
I would agree.
You know? And so, you know, there's some people I train throughout the week. I do some small groups and some whatever, you know, like one-on-one coaching, and I will give them like hard workouts. You know, I'll give them, you know, what's hard for them.
Yeah.
And as they're going through the workout, you know, I'm being coach, you know, I'm like, let's go. I was like, you can do it. Why are you walking?
Yeah.
You know, and they look like they are dying. They look like they're just like their soul is about to leave their body. And for them, that is a really tough workout because of maybe their experience, how much volume they're doing, where they're at in their training process. Well, for me, that may not be, I might have to do that like 2 or 3 times to get like the same feeling. Right. Or like I could probably do that and go faster and not feel as beat up just because of where my fitness level is.
Like you will go through a workout much quicker than it would be. So like someone might take someone 40 minutes or like, you know, our workout that we do, you know, sometimes it'd be 25 minutes. It might take, I'd say someone else, maybe not as, you know, your volume might take them like 35 to 40 minutes, same workout. And they'd be kind of crushed, but they weren't pushing as fast, maybe more breaks because that's just where their fitness was at the time. Right.
Maybe they just don't have maybe they haven't trained themselves enough yet to kind of get past the level where they have to they don't have to take the breaks. You know, they can really hurt. So, you know, when you're comparing yourself to other people, that's why I don't tell people, like if I give someone a workout, every workout I give anyone, I've done it.
You've tested it.
Right. I've done some variation of it. Right. And I've decided, all right, I need to back it up here, or I can give them the whole workout, or maybe we're only going to do 1 round instead of 3 rounds. But I've tested everything. I don't give anybody anything I haven't already done. Right. And so, you know, when we're modifying or when we're doing it, you know, I'm not telling them, oh, well, I did this in this amount of time, or, you know, oh, you're less than because you didn't do this. Right. Because everyone is in a different place.
You tell me that.
Well, of course it's you.
I was going to say, I have seen you in a class setting when you're trying to like...
That's different than
emphasize
Lauren.
when...
See how y'all are like...
When you try to emphasize how hard they should be going, you're like, watch this, and you'll do the round, and you're like, if I did it in this time, y'all should all be doing it in this time.
But that's different. I'm giving them example of what they should be capable of.
Hey, I'll defend...
Not like showing off.
I'll defend you on that one.
No, I'll defend that too.
Because they actually said it can't be done.
That's because
I was sitting there, I don't think I was in class. I think I was riding the bike, and it was more of this can't be done at all. This can't be done. Yeah. And James was like, "Here you go," and it was almost like, "See, 3 minutes break.
It can be done. Let's go."
And he dropped the dumbbell like that. Mic drop.
Not on the turf though.
Not on the turf.
Not on the turf.
No,
Stay off the
never
turf
on the turf.
Yes, no drinks or dumbbells on the turf.
That's right. So, yes, but it was to encourage, not to show off. My wife said I was showing off. But it was to show them that it could be done, and that the reason they weren't doing it is because they were not pushing themselves to that limit.
Kind of meandering off the rower.
Yes.
You kind of, I think you kind of had to move.
Moseying over to the bike.
Although I'm pretty sure I saw him flex a little bit when he walked past Leah.
I might have.
Yeah.
But I also was not going maximum effort.
Yeah, you weren't.
I was pacing
you
myself.
You were going pretty chill.
I was pacing myself, right? So, but let's flip it, okay? Let's say I'm working out with one of the Elite 15 dudes, right? Or someone like Dylan, or forget that. Some dude that's just really, really fit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Perfect example. I'm not going to go out and run Larry's pace at the track. Could I run Larry's pace at the track? Yes. Would I die? Yes.
Just combust.
Okay. We're doing 400 meter repeats. Could I run a sub 5 minute pace? I sure as heck could. How many rounds am I going to make? Not many before I go into cardiac arrest. Okay.
Yes.
It would not be the same kind of workout for me as it would be for Larry. So that's not intelligent for me to do that because it doesn't benefit my training because I'm training outside. That's how you get injured. That's how you get hurt. And that's how you don't have the ability to do what you're supposed to do. Right. Oh. So, that goes back to, kind of what we talk about all the time is, learning how to create a plan. Right. And then more so even sticking to the plan and trusting the plan. Right. So if we kind of can take a step back and let our egos go a little bit, like pride, and I think I've said this, I haven't said it in a while, but I think I've said this before, is I personally believe that ego, in the way I'm talking about, has no place in like real fitness. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Should you have confidence? Yes. Should you, take pride in your efforts and the things that you're doing? Yes. That's not what I mean. What I'm talking about is letting your pride or letting your ego take over so much that it's a detrimental to your training. Mm-hmm. Right. So I don't think that we could hear this enough or say this enough because we're probably all guilty of it. But I feel like we have to take those moments and take a step back and say, okay, I feel great today, but that's not my job today is to go hard. I need to go easy. All right. I don't feel great today. Doesn't matter. I'm supposed to go hard. I'm going to see what I can do. Sometimes, here's what I find the hardest thing is to do. Bring people in for the first time, getting them to slow down. That's the first hard thing.
Agree.
Slow down. Trust the process. Mm-hmm. The second hard thing to do is to get them to go fast when it's time to go fast again.
Yeah.
All right. I'm thinking of an athlete right now. They were really good. They're really good now too. They came in and they were amazing. Like from day one, they were really good at easy stuff. They bought into it. They were zone 2, no problem. They were getting the volume in. They were following the plan. Everything really, really well. Then it was like, okay, we're going to start like intro to speed. And I like to start with thresholds because it's a little sustained effort that's, difficult, but not impossible. Mm-hmm. So it's a great way to kind of season people into being steady in your pace and not worrying about a distance. Just hit this pace for a certain amount of time. And they were nailing the paces, and then when we met, they were like, yeah, man, I really struggle with the tempo runs, whatever. And I was like, what are you talking about? You always hit the pace. Yeah, but I stopped 2 or 3 times. Well, I didn't see that. I didn't notice that they had been stopping. I thought those stops were like to go across a street or something, like stopped at a light. But they were making stops because they felt like they couldn't go anymore. Right? And I told them, I was like, no. That's not what we're supposed to. This is not an interval.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they would stop for like a good amount of time.
Oh, so not just a quick second. They were resting.
They were resting.
Okay.
And so I told them, I was like, no, that's not the point. If you slow down, you slow down. You have to work through that. So like if this week I go and I run, I'm supposed to run 15 minutes and I run 12, but my pace, my last minute or two slows down a little bit because I'm just struggling to hold the pace, that's okay. You're still in your lactate threshold. You're training your lactate threshold. Each week you should get better and better and better. But if you practice and you're so worried about like being perfect and you practice stopping, well, in the race, guess what's probably going to happen?
Yeah.
You're probably going to stop. And that's exactly what they were doing. Like they had a couple races and they did the exact same thing. When it got too tough, they would stop. So we had to kind of take a step back and say, hey, man, you don't have to be perfect. I don't want you stopping. I want you to push through it, run it. Even if you have to slow down, even if you end up slowing down, it's okay. Because if you stop in a race, your clock doesn't get to stop. All right? It does in training because you hit the stop button. Yeah. But in your race, you don't get to hit the stop button. The clock still keeps ticking. So you're better off just moving and trying to figure out, how do I work through this? Right? So those are the things I think a lot of times that people get caught up with is like, okay, well, I don't want people to see that my pace slowed down at the end of my workout. So they'll hit stop and then they take off and they're able to maintain the pace. Yeah. So you're too worried or we're too worried about what other people think or what other people see rather than what do I need to do to progress?
Yeah. What exactly? It's like I said, I'm not trying to compare myself to Larry's time.
Right.
It's having the ego not to be or not having the ego and just being happy with what time I'm at, knowing I'm progressing to another level.
Yes.
Versus, just so worried, not even enjoying that I always joke about, Larry's speed. I was like, if I put up that speed work, I'd put that on a billboard.
Yeah.
On 290, here's my weekly speed work. But it's more of a jokingly, but it is a kind of admiration. So I'm not like ego. I gotta do that. I think that's awesome.
Right.
I kind of look at his runs as like a work of art sometimes, of his timing, his pacing, and stuff like that. So it's almost like not an ego driven, but okay, that's what I want to achieve. Almost
It's something you look up to.
Yeah, look up to. Yeah,
Right.
it's like kind of like, wow, that's what kind of hard work that takes. So for me, that's motivation.
Well, I always tell people, like, speed is relative, right? And I'm not about like, the truth is relative and all that, but speed is relative because your fast is someone else's slow.
Yep.
And your slow is somebody else's fast.
Yep.
And for me, sometimes I can meet all those criteria because some days I run really slow and other people are not patient enough to run that slow, that I'm faster than.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, this is too slow. I can't do it. I was like, well, I just did it. I just ran 13-minute pace for freaking 8 miles.
Yeah.
So we could run with the group, and it didn't bother me at all. And I actually enjoyed it. And then they're like, oh, no, I can't wait for y'all. We got to go. We got to go. We got to get these. This is too slow. This is too slow. And
The gains are out there.
gains are out there at this 9.5-minute pace.
There it
right?
is. Yeah.
And then you look at their heart rate, and their heart rate's like right on the edge. It's like back and forth between zone 3 and zone 5, and the goal was to run zone 2.
Coach, I can't run that speed work. I'm too tired.
I'm too tired to hit this paces on Sunday, Coach, because it was such a hard. I'm doing my long run on Saturday, Coach. I can't hit this speed work on Sunday. Well, Saturday's supposed to be an easy run, and that didn't look that easy. No, man. No. We got to switch it up. I want to do 2-a-days on Tuesday, 3-a-days on Thursday, and then I want to go do some speed work on Friday. That is the mixture
key.
I want. That's the key. And then I'll do better.
Like,
Didn't you just say you had to go to the doctor because you were feeling injured? Didn't you just tell me that? And we took things out, and now you want to do these hard efforts. Yeah, just move my speed back.
I'm feeling good again.
I'm feeling good.
It's ready to roll.
You did a stretch and restore. You helped me out. We took a couple. We ease it up. Put my speed work back on Friday, Coach. I'm like, all right, whatever you need, we'll work with it. But just so you know, you're probably gonna get hurt. No, Coach, you won't let that happen.
You won't let that happen.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to coach you through it. And then 5 days later, I'm sitting here listening to them tell while they're hurt, and then I'm like, I want to say these words. I told you so. But I don't.
Can't.
I don't. I just simply say, didn't I say you were going to get hurt? Or didn't I say we needed to ease up?
Sure. You're not
Are we feeling any deja vu here?
I feel like it.
Deja vu?
Are you feeling it?
No, that's what I would say to the client.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Does this feel like deja vu?
I thought you were saying like this was deja vu in the moment. Actually, I felt that the other day. I don't know what it was for. I can't remember. But I felt like we were in the Matrix.
So this is a simulation. You
Like
felt
it
something
was.
like you've done it before.
Now what I remember was I was watching Larry race. And there was this guy who was about 6'3". He was my skin color, had a really awesome beard, full head of hair, chiseled body and abs. And I was looking at him and I was like, if this was the Matrix, that's what I would look like.
Oh, that was your what do they call it? Mental projection
Residual
of yourself.
self-image or something like that. That was like my prime image right there.
Yeah.
So obviously we're not in the Matrix because this is what I look like.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You're a chiseled beast.
Let's calm down.
I give you credit.
Let's calm down. Lauren's taller than I am.
I am.
Yes.
I had to make sure his shirt would fit.
And just so you know, it's an awesome shirt, but it's too short.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's boxy.
Well, it's meant to be boxy. That's the cut. We talked about that. We were worried about it.
But it's also like short.
But shrinkage.
But you're taller than me.
I am.
Yeah, you're taller than me, and you know how clothes fit.
Now, I would never accuse
your clothes fit real well.
I would never
That's
accuse you of intentionally buying James a crop top. I would never accuse you.
I would.
But
I
some
think
people
that's
might.
exactly what she did.
This James will look cute in this.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that because I want to make sure for what she was paying for the shirt that we got you a shirt that we thought would fit. I wasn't going to risk her buying something you wouldn't actually wear. That was the big concern.
Did you tell her that I wouldn't wear it if I didn't like it?
I said he might wear. I said even if he doesn't love it, he'd probably wear it because you.
I bet she was like,
You
James.
obviously don't know me very
James
well.
is shorter and wider.
That's what she was thinking.
That shirt will fit
I'm
him
shorter
perfect.
and wider. Yeah.
Well,
That's it.
because if it came from like somebody else, I don't think you would. But if it's Jessica, I feel like even if it's like not your top pick, you probably wear it.
Well, here you're about to learn something very specific about me, Lauren. I want you to make note.
I'm going to take this shirt from him then because I thought it was a cool
I want
shirt.
you to make note. Okay, you can put this in your Coach James notes to remember for later. I am not a liar.
You're not a liar.
And I will not tell people things just to make them feel good about themselves. So if you give me something that either I don't like or I'm not a fan of, I'm not going to be rude. And I'm not going to tell you, this is trash, and I can't believe you got this for me. But I will say, this really isn't my style. Thank you so much. It was very sweet of you. It's the thought that counts, guys, right? It's amazing. So good.
You'll feel good.
If you have the receipt, I'll get something else that I like if you like. But I'm not gonna lie to them and tell them I'm gonna wear something, right? So when I said I like the shirt, I meant it. But it is a little boxy. I mean, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because you're so tall.
I am tall.
Right? It probably didn't look like it because maybe you
I also
got
have
long legs.
I have feminine hips.
And you have a short torso is probably what it is. And you're used
I
to
actually have a
shorts.
longer torso
So now your torso's longer too. Oh my God.
than my legs, proportionate.
Yeah, she's used, for her that was a normal size shirt.
Yeah, I think that's the deal is she's used to shirts that are like
Right
short.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
She's used to belly button shirts.
And so like your shirt was like an inch longer. So this is way long.
This is me perfect for
Yeah,
him.
perfect for him.
This is perfect for him. Right? Because I'm taller than him.
But I'm gonna stick up for you.
Stick up for her.
In Lauren's defense, she hadn't seen you like in weeks. So she was like on her own, and like
forgot what I looked
yeah.
like.
So there is a time, like that's why they don't trust witness accounts because things change. So,
Things change.
but time, when was it?
She was probably thinking, it's been so long since I've seen him, he's probably shrunk even more because he's old.
Yeah, and
Right?
Osteoporosis got him.
Yeah.
That old man age, you just shrunk him up.
Yeah.
Like a little prune. Shriveled me like a little prune, a little raisin, a little California raisin.
Hunched over and wider.
With McCain. Top hat and a pimp cane. So it's a cool shirt. I like the shirt, but it is a little boxy for me. But I'll still wear it. I'm still going to wear it.
See? That's the point. He'll still wear it.
I will still wear it. But not because I'm being nice, because I like the shirt.
He did
I'm
like.
glad you like the shirt.
I,
I may not get to wear it a lot, though,
If it shrinks,
Because it's gonna
maybe
probably shrink.
1 or 2 washes.
right? After a couple
Do you
washes,
dry your stuff in a dryer?
I must be a savage.
The way she said, like
I know,
very
you
judgmental.
freaking-
So much of my
savage.
clothes are go on a hanger. Like I hang dry most of my clothes.
You know, I don't want, maybe I shouldn't say anything because I've seen a lot of your clothes, and maybe it's just because of their age because you don't throw things out. Okay. But I don't look at a lot of your clothes and think, man, those are in good shape. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even though
I mean, that looks a very nice sweater, but it's holes.
yeah.
I
it's holding-
bought it
and
this
probably
way.
came
I
that
didn't
way.
know. I'm not saying it's.
Yeah.
It
I'm
probably
not,
came just like that. You probably paid extra to get those holes.
I did.
Right? So
did.
that's fine, right? But I have a certain style about me, right? And
It's a very expensive brand.
actually, I would
Without it.
defend her on you should hang up your clothes more
Than you dry them?
You should. I mean,
You're supposed to.
No,
I don't have that kind of time.
laziness. I'm kind of just going in and
I double dry mine because I'll throw them in to get the wrinkles out.
see. I get sabotaged. Gabby will do that, but she will cook my clothes to a certain level.
Yes, I've been trying to get my wife not to dry them as hot.
No, that's
Let's put medium heat.
no, and it'll be like it's because I didn't put fabric softener on my shorts are a medium well. They're
Yes.
like all like shrunken.
Yes.
So, but
Yeah, my shorts only fit perfectly when I first buy them.
yeah.
After that, and they've been washed, they're no longer black, and they have shrunk just a little bit. So, but you know what? That's my cross to bear, right? So I can't believe you don't dry anything.
No, I dry some things, just not my norm, not most of my stuff, unless it's a t-shirt or it's like an extra large, like if it's meant to be like a baggy thing. I would say easily 75% of my things I hang dry, and it's a lot of stuff to hang.
Hey, well, you know what? Your stuff's probably going to last a lot longer
I
than.
have less holes, and I don't think some of my things fade as much.
Okay.
You're rude.
You just gave me a judgmental face when I said I dry stuff, and I say okay.
It won't last.
Huh?
It won't last. It ruins the fiber.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ruins the fiber. So you shouldn't wash your jeans. Or no, you shouldn't dry your jeans.
You shouldn't wash your jeans.
I thought it was dry.
Shouldn't do either
Wash. You put them in the freezer.
one. Air dry them.
Oh, I heard you put them in the freezer.
Why would you do that?
Because it kills bacteria. I've never done it, but
You
that's
have a
what
lot
I've
of bacteria
heard.
in your jeans?
No, but I've heard. I've never had to do. I've never done it, but I've heard it.
Pretty gross, Lauren.
I've heard people. I've people say like if they feel like their pants just need a refresh, they just roll them up, put them in the freezer, and I'm like, or wash them. If they feel like that gross that they need a refresh, just wash them.
Yeah.
I've never thought these are a little rank, but we'll just freeze them.
I know. I have a lot of jeans and a lot of pants, and some of them I've had for a long time, and they look just fine. They look like no problems, I don't know.
I haven't had any issues with my jeans.
And I wash and dry them. You know why? Because everything I own is not cotton anymore. Most things are synthetic.
Most things are synthetic.
Right? So they can handle like heat a little bit better. They still will shrink if you do it too hot, but still, I don't know.
A lot of my stuff is workout gear, and I feel like because of that material, like if you dry it, it will jack it up. I feel like it never fits right after you dry it.
There's probably some truth to that. There's definitely probably some truth to that.
And I think it's because there's microplastics in all our fabrics.
That's probably because all fabrics are made from plastic.
They are all made from microplastics.
All the polyester and all the stretchy nylon stuff is
and
all.
so it jacks up in the dryer.
But you do realize, do you like stretch in your clothes?
I do. I understand. Yes, I know. I do like stretching my clothes.
That's
So I know it's a, not a double-edged sword, but what's it? Necessary evil.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like stretchy clothes, so it's not evil
I
to
do
me.
too.
These breeches right here are stretchy. They're very comfortable.
Yeah, these are stretchy.
I've got like 3 pair of these pants. They're really expensive unless you get them at the outlet mall. So anyway, well, guys, listen up. Don't be ego driven in your training. Okay. Have a plan, stick to the plan. And then if you have those moments where like you're tired or you don't feel like it, or, maybe you've misstepped a little bit and maybe you have gone too hard. It's okay to take a step back and start again, right? You never messed up so much where you're like, you're committed to it forever, right? It's like one of those things where people are like, I've invested so much into this, I can't get out. It's never like that, right? You can start over. And I would always start, and I cannot like express this enough. Make a plan. Sit down, make a plan, put it together, and it'll make a lot more sense, right?
Actually, stick to it.
And then stick to it.
Yeah, please stick to it.
If you don't stick to it, then you can't see if what you planned out will actually work. I experiment with stuff all the time, not with my athletes, but with myself. I'll experiment with different types of training and types of workouts and threshold or double days or, whatever, to see how does my body react? How do my results react when I go to my races and things like that? And so, 4 to 8 weeks, a lot can change in your body based on what you're doing. So it's okay to try things out, but it takes your body about 4 to 6 weeks to adapt to any type of stimulus.
Yep.
So give it at least 4 to 6 weeks before you go changing it and see how you feel. See what your times look like. See what your runs look like. But whatever you do, create a plan and then stick to the plan and let us know how it turns out, right? So if you guys race Phoenix, if you got to go out there and we missed you out there, congratulations on your race. We'd love to know how you did. Let us know. Check in. You can comment. You can send us a DM on the Running with James Instagram page. You can always email me at james@mybcfit.com or Lauren at mybcfit.com. And then if you're not following us on YouTube, check us out on YouTube as well. Follow us there, subscribe, and share. And you can also message us there and comment on this episode, as it were. So Houston's the next thing, right?
Houston's next.
Houston is the next big race.
Well, we
got
have
coming up.
one. We have one person doing Cancun.
Oh, that's right.
We do have one person doing Cancun.
Jamie's
Best of
gonna
luck
be
to
out
her,
in the
Coach
fun of the
Jamie,
sun, so-
and on her birthday, no less.
Yep, on her birthday. So, but for the rest of us, Houston's going to be the next big one. So if you're going to be out there, we're going to do a shakeout run, just like we did last year. So that'll be a lot of fun. So kind of be on the lookout for that date. And then also, if you're going to be there, come join and hang out with us. We'd love to see you. We'd love to support you. Let us know that you'll be out there, what division you're going to run in. And if you are looking to kind of get a little tryout, we have a High Rock Sim going on February 21st. We might have a few spots available, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look. I haven't looked at it. I think Lauren told me there wasn't anymore, but who
We're
knows?
so popular, guys.
Maybe I'll open up some spots if we have some availability in my calendar. So you can check out mybcfit.com to get more information on that. And other than that, guys, we appreciate you for coming in. We love you very much. Thanks you for watching. Thanks for sharing. And remember, when you change your mind,
You change your life.
peace out, guys.
Bye.